Sorry. To kind of touch on that again, it was a tough series overall. I mean, you guys were in that stretch where you're just facing lots of division opponents, and to see this series come up short, how tough is that?
Yeah, I mean, tough series, of course. We played a tight ball game today. Needed to put some more runs on the board, really, is all it came down to. Pitched good defensively, made plays. Tight ball game, and they get a base runner and a swing of the bat, and that's going to turn the course of the game. It really boils down to that. We did a lot of things good today. We just got to expand the lead when we get it.
Couple bright spots, one of which was Chris Archer. To see him go 5 innings, it looked like everything was working for him, the efficiency especially. What did you like most?
Yeah, I like the strike throwing. I think the slider looked good today. I think he threw a lot of really competitive pitches, I think, where he wanted them. And that's really more than anything else. That efficiency is what comes to mind as what I like the most. And the 5 ups for him is I think, the most on the season. So we'll take that all day long. It was a good start for him.
And the other bright spot was Nick Gordon. I mean, great day at the plate, but defensively, especially when you're talking about a 2-1 game for the majority of the afternoon, those plays he makes are critical. How impressive was he?
Yeah, without those plays, we're probably not even in a position to win the game towards the end of the game. And he competed well all day, got a bag for us, set us up for maybe, another run. He did a lot. He looked really good in a time where, we're calling on him to do some different things, and he did a good job out there.
How much did it being a one-run game change? Like, if you're up 3 or 4, could you stick with Archer a little longer and give him that third time?
Yeah, I think we could have. We also had a couple of our back-end relievers who haven't thrown in a long time. And going from, 4 ups with Arch to 6, when today, of all days, today's not a day we really had to do that. We could have gone to a bunch of our relievers, even through this stretch. You think the way all these games, the 18 and 17 days, are going to play out. And at this point, it didn't really play out because we figured our entire bullpen would be beat up right now and behind, and they weren't. And we had the ability to go to Duran, we had the ability to go to Pagan and some other guys who are rested too, if we needed them, and we did. So we went to them. We gave it our best bolt, in the bullpen in those spots, and basically came up short by a run, and it happens.
When Pagan and Duran are both rested as they were, how do you guys differentiate when you want to use both of them? Like, what is kind of biggest factors in those, just matchups, or?
A little bit. I think there's probably too many different things, and there's a little feel involved based on the game, where they're at in the lineup, where they're coming up, as far as what we're going to do, who can give us an inning, who can give us multiple innings. All of those things come into account, and in a one-run game right there, we just really wanted to get Duran in the game and allow him to shut the door and give our offense a chance to put some more runs on the board. Because if we put some more runs on the board, then we have even more options, and that's the name of the game when you get a one-run lead.
We saw that Sonny obviously went on the IL before the game. What was the decision there? Because I know he was kind of on the fence. So what happened that made you think that was the right call?
It really came down to, I think we were just going to run out of time to be able to make a decision. We weren't sure that he was going to be able to pitch by, say, Tuesday. We thought it was possible, but not something that we as a group, medical side, and he thought was a definite. And instead of playing it day by day and seeing if we could get a bullpen in on maybe Saturday, which is what we would have to do if he was going to pitch on Tuesday, none of those things were definites. They were really just possibilities. And he's doing well. He's able to throw right now. He still feels some stiffness in the pec. And instead of pitching him, possibly not at full strength, that thought really we didn't want to contemplate. So it wasn't the easiest of calls, but I think the 15 days will get him where he needs to be to start.
How is he taking that news? Just because obviously he was already on the IL for a couple of weeks there early this season.
The conversations with him were very good. He was honest and kind of walked through everything. He doesn't want to go on the IL. We know that. But he's willing to do what makes the most sense. And he's here for the long haul. We need him, and we're going to need him throughout the year. And him going out there and trying to pitch with his pec tight or stiff or whatever you want to call it, or even not able to recover after his start, those aren't really things, those aren't options for us right now. He needs to be able to go and do his job to the best of his capabilities and then make his next start too. All those things are still questions, so we didn't want to answer those questions.
Was there an issue with pitch comp